Hi everybody, thank you for joining Outdoor Dad 1. Tonight we're going to look at a Rizzini BR 550 round body side by side 12 gauge. It's a really nice gun. Other exciting news is I've managed to qualify for selection for Derbyshire, so I've been shooting quite well. And yeah, that's really nice. I think we're in the first selection, so yeah, great. So on with the Rizzini. And here she is. There we have it. So box lock, side by side, single trigger, ejector. And we'll go out and see how we get on with it, and then we'll have a proper look at it. Here at Eaton Hall, we're going to be testing the Rizzini BR 550. We'll have a couple of shots on Rabbit Alley and maybe some of the tower. It's a lovely day and it's looking nice. Rabbit Alley at Eaton Hall. We've got Maeve on the button. We're going to see how this goes. Try out this beautiful BR 550. See how we get on. You okay there, Mavie?
Yeah.
We're going to start on A. When I say pull, press A.
Okay.
And then when I shoot, press B.
Oh, okay. So two top ones.
So it's A, then B. Pull. No, stop pressing. Stop. Take your fingers off. Maybe. Right, so now I want C and D. So just press C, and then when you hear the bang, press D, yeah? Pull. Not doing bad, not missed out yet, Jill. Got me mother with us today. Alright, I want an E and an F, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pull. No problem, Maeve.
We've got another gun to shoot, haven't we?
Right. We want a G and a H, Maeve.
GH.
Pull. I think we've just completed that, haven't we?
There's these two here.
Yeah, don't press those.
Okay.
Right, I want two E's, maybe. So press E and E when I say, so press E and then it comes and I shoot it and then you press it again.
I understand.
Pull. Tell you what, there's nothing wrong with that for rabbits, is there? It's really nice gun.
Oh, smoke.
Yeah, bit of smoke anyway. Steel shot proofed. It handles very much like a sporter, I think. The weight of it, very much centrally weighted. I've got my camera, so I can't show you where it bounced through. I shot 100 third registered at Glossop with it, and it handles really nice. I shot it quite well. Yeah, I've got the shot cam on today so you can see what we're up to. But I think you have to admit, it's a very nice gun. And it's good for clays, you know, we're smashing it well. And we'll go and have a go at the tower now, see how we get on there. Finished shot the rabbit, it's gone really well at, yeah, Rabbit Alley. So we're going to try some driven now, see how we get on. I've got the daughter on buttons, we'll see how we do. Right then, maybe.
Beautiful.
Oh!
Good job, Dad. Now it's DC.
Was that A and B?
Is it DC or CD?
C then D.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter, mate. Look, my camera's falling off.
Dad.
Do you want to come a bit closer, Joe? Whoa! Whoa! Yes, I've really enjoyed shooting this gun. Yeah, we'll get back to the house and give it a review. As you can see, we've got this nice Negrini case, green velvet lined. Does come with socks as well. I've taken them out so you can see the gun. Here she is. We've got some multi-chokes. So we've got a choke key, quite a substantial one. We've got a thread cleaner on it. We've got 3 of the 5 chokes. Obviously the ones that aren't too tight a restriction say use with steel. So yeah, she's a multi-choke. So we've got as chokes, we've got as warranty card, and we've got as instructions and safety manual. Also, which is quite nice, we've got like a schematic with all the spare parts, and it's quite nice because you can see how complicated or not complicated the gun is. It's quite interesting. Yeah, so she comes in this case, and I suppose we better get her together and go from the front to the back, or the back to the front, and yeah, go through it. Push rod forend, quite nice. Let's dispose of that box a moment. I suppose we'll have a quick start with these barrels. So we've got a very lustrous, I'd say blacked barrels, really glossy, really nice finished. We've got quite a nice rib. Now, ASI are doing a slightly ramped rib. Not a great big sporting side-by-side rib, but a really nice rib. This is just the standard rib. I believe it is a small extra cost, but like a pigeon rib. I think that would be a really nice touch to add to your side-by-side for a better sight picture. As you know, I've done a little video on types of rib. Yeah, 3-inch Magnum proof. We've got the chokes, we can put steel shot through her. Yeah, we've got the CIP fleur-de-lis on there. We've got nice ejector work, really nicely finished these barrels, which is a nice sign of quality. Now I think Rizzini, they do some nice hand finishing. You know, even on this machine-made gun, it will go and be hand finished, and they do test all their guns before they go out. And you know, when a gun's properly regulated, it really does show. So we've got a nice set of barrels. Just pop them down for a minute. We've got the push rod fore end, and look how neat this. Really nice gun making, nicely machined out fore end, and this fore end is just slightly larger than you'd say for an English fore end, and it really feels nice in the hand. We've got some really nice engraving around the fore end iron, laser checkered, very nice, nice piece of wood. You can just tell when you look at the screws and the sharpness of the engineering, this is a well engineered, well-made gun. Here we go. Now then, look at this. CIP on the action again. We've got really nice, and I do believe it's laser engraved by Bottega Giovanelli in Italy. The engraving studio, and they work on Rizzini's guns for him. And what a really nice, neat design. And this lovely, really deep, and I think it really stands out. A really nice coverage of this sort of floral pattern. And we've got really nice detonators. Now on some guns, some Italian side-by-sides and some other side-by-sides, they don't really get these right, and these sort of large and funny shapes. But Rizzini, this action is machined really nice. These detonators, they're not too big and bulbous. Yeah, elegant. Which is nice. We've got a really nice top lever. With the engraving continued down the top lever. We've got some cross hatching on the side, so we don't slip in the weather or with sweaty hands if it's warm. And then the safety tang coming down here, the back strap, further engraving. And we've got a single selective trigger. We've got the selector just on the top here. We can go for right and left barrels. and this is an autosave. Now, I did shoot the 100 bird registered with this, got it, and I thought, well, I'm waiting for the shot cam mount for a side-by-side, and I thought, well, I can't record a CPSA registered shoot anyway. I think you have to apply for special dispensation if you're going to then put it on social media. So I thought, why I've not got the mount, and I've not got the mount on the gun, I shall take the gun out and shoot it without the camera on, because it does affect the balance with the shot cam. And I'll shoot 100 birds straight off the bat and see what we can get out of it. Anyway, I ended up on 85, which I thought was quite nice for my A-class shooting. Yeah, and to be honest, a good 5 of the ones that I dropped were probably because I had the safety catch on, because I forgot it was an autosave. But I really enjoyed shooting it, and it handled really well. But we'll talk about that more in a minute. So we've got these lovely detonators. We've got this lovely deep laser engraving. We've got Rizzini and a banner on the action there. We've got this scroll back. Now, obviously that makes it harder to fit the stock, head up the stock, and it's just a little bit of class. Really nice little thing, that. We've got some engraving on the trigger here, on the trigger guard. Bottega Giovanelli written on the action. And we've got BR 550 round body on another banner in this acanthus style. Really nice, made in Italy. Single trigger, laser checkered, nice oil finished piece of wood. Really great fit on this wood heel pad. Now, I do believe that they outsource the finishing of their stocks, and to be honest, Rizzini are another one of their manufacturers that the wood's always nicely finished, the grain's nicely filled, and I think it's Romano Policerato, the name of the company that finished the stock. Sorry for murdering that for you, anyone who's Italian out there. But anyway, yeah, and the grain is filled, and the gun is smooth, and it feels nice, and it looks nice, and the fit of the heel plate there is really nice. And I have to say, shooting 100 birds, I shoot RC2s and the odd Sovereign Parkour 6, and I've shot quite a few cartridges through this gun, some heavy ones and some clay loads, and I shot 100 through it at the registered shoot, and it handles recoil really well. And some of that's down to the weight and some more of the design. We've got this quite nice pistol grip. I wouldn't call it a full pistol grip, but I think it's a bit more of a grip than a half. Like I say, nice coverage, really nicely executed laser checkering. A nice piece of wood, nothing too fancy, but something that you'd definitely be proud to own. Yeah, and it's really nice. So let's see if we can get it together. So it is an ejector, so I've noticed that when I clip it, there's a little bit of tension on the ejector springs there. And there we go. A really elegant, beautiful looking gun. And I really enjoyed shooting this gun. It shot really well. Yeah. So, what can we tell you about it? Well, it's a side-by-side, And I think that this gun, it's a really nice modern side-by-side. We know that the non-toxic shots come in and that we're probably going to be shooting steel. And if you want to side-by-side and you want to shoot heavier steel loads through it, because personally I think you do have to shoot a heavier load with steel to get good kills. There's some very good steel loads out there now. I've only shot a few, but my experience is you need a little bit more oomph. And the very English, very delicate side-by-side is going to get knocked about. Now this gun is £7 4 ounces. It's got 30-inch barrels. We've got 14.5-inch stock length of pull. We'll just see where she balances. A little bit barrel heavy at 30 inches. So if you had 28, it'd probably be right on the hinge pin. She's an ejector. We've got the snap caps, so we better give them a do. So we'll flip it over because it'll be inertia trigger. I'll catch them, otherwise I'll end up smashing the place to pieces. But yeah, really strong, really nice ejectors. So when I was out shooting my 100 bird registered, they were working really well. Yeah, handling wise. Now, how does this gun feel? Compared to a traditional English side-by-side, it's got some more meat to it. And the way it handles, you can tell, it does handle more like a sporter, I feel. If you're coming from a clay background and you're wanting to get into side-by-sides, this gun, it's quite progressive. It's not flighty. Some of the very fine side-by-sides, they can be quite hard to control. And this I found really precise. And on long birds, I could control it really well in the swing, possibly down to the 30-inch barrels, and the weight of it. Sensible grip, sensible dimension, quite a nice rib. Now this has got, it's just really nice, the way that the gun is. I mean, that's the finishing here. This is really nice gun making, and Rizzini are really nice gun makers. But yeah, there's no lip round here. Really nice, carved out. Obviously, like on a 5-axis machine, and then a little bit of hand finishing. Top lever. While we're on what we see. So, some Italian and other side-by-sides I found. This part of the gun. So we've got this back strap, safety strap here. And then underneath, we've got the trigger tang. And we've got the action. And these slope down at an angle. Now this is gun making. So what we need is we need enough of a slope, but not that much that we can't get any comb height. We need a bit of a slope back so that the top lever and the back of the gun isn't interfering with our view. Obviously Rizzini, being very good craftsmen and gun designers, their gun is like an English gun. That is how it is. So when I put the gun up, I'm looking down the rib. And we can't see the top lever stuck up on the rib. And I've just noticed that on some other guns. And this isn't one that suffers with that, and I think it's becoming more of a thing. I think some of the finer points of side-by-side making, I think, are a little bit lost, and some brands that used to do a nice job don't do as nice a job anymore. But Rizzini, a lot of thought gone into it. Now, back to weight and balance. If we're going to be shooting heavier loads through, we don't want a really light gun. If we're going to use this gun for all purpose, we're going to shoot some nice game with it, some nice driven pheasant, walk a hedgerow, shoot the odd competition with it, it's better, and obviously if we shoot in some steel loads through it, that it's not overly light. And I thought it handled really nicely, and it was really good fun to shoot 100 birds. And I think I did quite well, really. I think 95 won double A. Lucy Earle, I think, won the shoot. Won double A. Yeah, so that was really nice. So it performed admirably, as you'd expect. What else can we tell you about it? Trigger pulls. 4.5 pound trigger pulls, both barrels. And we are on a inertia trigger, which is now we can have this gun. Well, I mean, Rizzini, you can have just about anything you can think of, but this gun off the peg, you can have it with 28 30-inch barrels, straight hand stock, double trigger, or you can have it single trigger with this half pistol grip. Personally, I think I'd probably go for the straight hand stock and the double triggers. And on the triggers, there is autosave, a little bit of travel on the trigger, but 4.5 pounds is a nice weight. Like I say, she ejects really well, and the gun performs really well. I think they're a grand brand, and I have to say that. So we've got really nice wood to metal fit all around the action. Underneath, around the trigger tang, and around the fore end. It's a nicely made gun. So I have to say, I've had the pleasure of meeting Filippo. Rizzini is owned by Filippo and Giuseppe, two brothers, and I've had the pleasure of meeting Filippo at the 2024 Game Fair, and I went to his stand and I was having a good look round. I was looking at his guns and struck up a conversation, and what a delightful chap. Really approachable, and we started talking about guns. We started talking about sub gauges and 410s, and he asked me where I was from. And I said, from a small place in the High Peak. Thinking, he'll never know where I'm from. He'll never know what I'm on about. And he was talking about his dogs, and I was talking about what I got up to and my dogs. Really nice chap. Anyway, he says, yes. He says, the Cat and Fiddle, which I couldn't believe. And he says, I have shot grouse there. He's just up the road, obviously, from me. And I was gobsmacked. And he goes, my English Springer Spaniel comes from Eam. And he was just ever such a nice guy. Really passionate. And I think that's the human side with Rizzini. And I think that's why I have spoken to people who have been out to the factory and they've had a custom gun made. And apparently they are absolutely fantastic at taking care of you. And everybody says, what a great time they've had. That doesn't go for every manufacturer, but Rizzini only hear good things. And what a lovely chap he was. And I thought, well, that's the owner, and yeah, and obviously a gun maker and an enthusiast, and really nice just to spend a few minutes with. And yeah, I really enjoyed having a chat with him. And a couple of customers turned up, so I left him to it. But yeah, it'll stick with me, that will. It was really nice. What a lovely chap. Anyway, this is one of his guns. Yeah, so I suppose if you're looking for a modern side-by-side, I think this is a good design. Like I say, you can now get the pigeon rib, the slightly raised rib, which would make it even nicer sight picture to shoot. And this gun shoots and handles really well. Yeah, ready for the future. So there we have it. And it was nice of ASI to send me this gun. This gun is the press and demo gun. Yeah, and that's Edward at ASI. Another lovely chap. The people at ASI, or if ever you go to like a Rizzini stand, always approachable. Really nice. And not everyone is. Really nice people. And I tell you what, this is the way I look at it. If no one wants to talk to you before you've bought the gun, they won't afterwards. So, choose wisely. And I think this is a wise choice. Really enjoyed shooting it. Yeah. And thank you all very much for your likes and subscribes. We're really doing well. Like I say, starting to get noticed a bit. People are, more willing to let me review guns and so on. So thank you all for your support, and stay safe out there, and remember, have lots of fun. We'll see you again soon.